Rule number one is never lose money. Rule number two is never forget rule number one. Diversification is a protection against ignorance. It makes very little sense for those who know what they're doing. Do not take yearly results too seriously. Instead, focus on 4 or 5-year averages. All there is to investing is picking good stocks at good times and staying with them as long as they remain good companies. American business, and consequently a basket of stocks, is virtually certain to be worth far more in the years ahead. An investor should act as though he had a lifetime decision card with just 20 punches on it. And so the important thing we do with managers, generally, is to find the .400 hitters and then not tell them how to swing. The most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd. Buy a stock the way you would buy a house. Understand and like it such that you'd be content to own it in the absence of any market. The years ahead will occasionally deliver major market declines, even panics, that will affect virtually all stocks. No one can tell you when these traumas will occur. I insist on a lot of time being spent, almost every day, to just sit and think. That is very uncommon in American business. By companies with strong histories of profitability and with a dominant business franchise. For the investor, a too high purchase price for the stock of an excellent company can undo the effects of a subsequent decade of favorable business developments. I believe in giving my kids enough so they can do anything, but not so much that they can do nothing. The world went mad. What we learn from history is that people don't learn from history. The key to investing is not assessing how much an industry is going to affect society or how much it will grow, but rather determining the competitive advantage of any given company and, above all, the durability of that advantage. Among the various propositions offered to you, if you invested in a very low-cost index fund, where you don't put the money in at one time, but average in over 10 years, you'll do better than 90% of people who start investing at the same time. Because if you're wrong and rates go to 2%, which I don't think they will, you pay it off. It's a one-way renegotiation. It is an incredibly attractive instrument for the homeowner, and you've got a one-way bet. Cash is to a business as oxygen is to an individual, never thought about when it is present, the only thing in mind when it is absent. Don't get caught up with what other people are doing. Being a contrarian isn't the key, but being a crowd follower isn't either. You need to detach yourself emotionally. For 240 years, it's been a terrible mistake to bid against America, and now is no time to start. I never attempt to make money on the stock market. I buy on the assumption that they could close the market the next day and not reopen it for 5 years.